All right, good afternoon, YouTube. It's Mr. Mean with another RPG Musings. Today, going back again old school. I don't know what it is with the retro and the old school gaming, but I guess it's all I can find right now because all my stuff is still in boxes. But we've got today Shatterzone, the classic reprint. This was originally published, I believe, in 92 or 93 by West End Games, and it used a very similar set of mechanics that Torg used, the Possibility Wars. This was their like sci-fi setting. Fantastic game, and it's kind of a neat little story. Going through some of these boxes, and everything is still in boxes. I haven't gotten my gaming library set up yet because we're waiting. Little side note: we're waiting to get bookshelves. And I'm deciding if I'm going to build some or if I'm just going to go to like Conroe, Texas, to the Rustic Outlet and buy some bookshelves because they sell some really nice bookshelves. But we haven't decided yet, and money's always tight, as everybody. My wife just went back to work. I'm still unemployed, so we're deciding. I may just go the brick route and just build some cheap shelves with some pine, just to make something functional. Sand it down and put it up there, and I think that's probably the way I'm going to go. I'm going to get some bricks. Your local hardware store actually now makes. They're basically Legos. They're giant Legos, and I believe you can find them at Home Depot and Lowe's. And they're basically from recycled plastic. And you just they're like Legos. You literally just put them together. They click together. You beat them with a hammer or tap them. And I'm going to make a shelving system with some nice 1x6s or something like that, or 1x8s or 1x9s probably, and just make a couple shelves because I have a ton of books. But anyway, I digress. Shatterzone. So funny story. One of the boxes I went through right on top was the old Shatterzone box set from West End Games, and I was like, wow, man, this is a classic. So I pulled it out and I opened it up and immediately brought back the memory of gaming with Brian Isaacoff, who is one of the co-producers of 2D6 Feet in a Random Direction audio podcast with Chris Hanrahan. They do some amazing podcasts. Brian's a good friend of mine. If you haven't heard those, please go check them out. They're really, if you're taking a drive or you've got a boring dead-end job and you can listen to your iPod or whatever, or your Walkman, hey, blast from the past. They're really good to listen to, and a lot of fun. He's very knowledgeable and well-spoken, and they're just a pleasure to listen to. So if you get a chance, go check them out. 2D6 Feet in a Random Direction is the podcast. I believe it's available on iTunes and PodNation, if I remember correctly. But anyway. Excuse me. So I found the box set and I said, "Wow, I'm gonna read this." I had a night. I had done packing boxes and moving stuff all day, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna read this." And so I sat down to read it, and lo and behold, I'm going through it, and 1992, 93. I'm flipping through the pages, and they start falling out because they're not stitch bound; they're just glued, and they literally disintegrate in my hand. And so I was like, "Well, unacceptable. Can't do that." So a little Google foo, and I managed to find Precis Media, Precis Intermedia, or otherwise known as pigames.net. They do make a couple of other games, but they got the license to West End Games Shatterzone, and so they've got everything up there online. And what they did is in 2011, they made a classic reprint hardback. This is everything that was in that core box set, minus the dice and the drama cards, all here in a hardback for like $30. I think it was actually a little less. I ordered it last, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday night, and it was in my mailbox Tuesday. So fast delivery. I don't know where PI Games is located, but They got some fast shipping. The cool part about this is they also got the license to Master Books, which, if you remember Master Books, that came out shortly after, and that was later 90s, I believe, and that was like Indiana Jones and Tank Girl, and I think they even did a Doctor Who, if I remember correctly. And they were hardback books like this. They were a little bit thinner. They're about half this thickness, and it was an RPG. and they used the drama deck, or the master cards, I believe they call them. Let's see, what did they call them? Master deck. It's the same thing as the drama deck from Torg or Shatterzone. And you can still buy those. You can buy them as PDF and print your own. All the books are available as a PDF. And when I bought this, I also got it as a PDF, which I thought was pretty cool. And I wish more companies would do that. Hello, Watsy. I'm talking to you. But yeah, you buy it as a hardback, and they gave me a copy of a PDF as well, which was very cool. So here it is, man. It came in my mailbox. It was packaged very well. It did get a little bend on the cover here. People that know me will tell you I'm meticulous about my books. I can't stand. You can see there's a little dent there. It's normal wear and tear, but it's enough. My eye gets drawn to it every single time. So other than that, cover's pristine. No, like you can see they didn't draw any razor blades across it. You'll see that sometimes when you order mail order, when they're cutting over cases and stuff, and and that drives me nuts. Or when people set it down and they write on top of it, they put a piece of paper, they're going to write your address or your email down, or they're working on a character sheet and they write on the book. Not my books, buddy. Don't do that. But anyway, it's in great shape. It's a good read. It's a fun game. Uses a very similar game mechanic to Torg, for those of you that remember Torg. If you don't, in this case, it's 2d10. You have a action value, or a, excuse me, let me get the right term. You have a bonus chart at the bottom of every character sheet. If you can see that, I'll hold that up there for a second. And then what you do is you roll that 2d10 plus or minus modifiers, and then you confer to that bonus chart, and that tells you your positive or negative value that you add, and it either tells you if you succeed or you fail. Damage is based on a basic 2d6 or 1d6, whatever the weapon requires, with obviously an add. If it's a bigger, like some of the bigger guns will be like 2d6 plus 9 or whatever. And it's a real simple system. It's not a hard system at all. You get some skills. There's basic skills. They're kind of catch-all skills. And then you just go on, and it's an easy game to run, an easy game to play, not a very high learning curve. And basically, if you can pick it up, if you can find it, get it. It's a good read. I think it holds up well. Some of these high-tech games do not stand the test of time. Shadowrun is one that has, but again, it's on its 5th edition. So they've been updating it over the years. Whereas like Cyberpunk 2.0 came out, and well, it was horrendous. It just didn't hold up very well. It wasn't very well done. It was printed on what felt like parchment paper. It was a softback book. And they used action figures instead of commissioning art. And I understand, the cost of art is not cheap, and it does cost money. But as the old saying goes, it takes money to make money. And they went a cheap route, and it shows just in the print quality of the book. I'm a huge Cyberpunk fan. I have everything Cyberpunk. It's one of my all-time favorite RPGs. I love it. They just did a poor job on it. And Mike Pondsmith knows it. He shakes his head every time you bring it up. If you see him at a convention or whatever, just ask him about that 2.0, and he'll just he doesn't even want to talk about it. But like he said, it was either save money on the art to produce a better quality book, or don't produce a book at all. I hate to say it, but if it would have been up to me, I wouldn't have produced a book at all. I'd have waited another year, or maybe gone to Kickstarter. I'd have done something different, because it's just not good. But anyway, we're not here to bash Cyberpunk, because it is an all-time favorite, and it's a classic, and I will do a review of it one day. We're here to talk about Shatterzone, the science fiction role-playing game. Again, it's a great game. Real easy character creation. You can go to pigames.net. You can download character sheets, GM screens. They've got a bunch of information that's free that you can download. I think there's even an introductory adventure that you can download. There's an adventure in here. Again, this is everything that was in the box set, minus the dice and the drama cards. So this is everything in this one book that you need to play the game. So if you got that gamer in your family, or your spouse, or your friend, or your parents, or your siblings, and you want a one-stop shop game where they don't have to buy 20 books, hello, Watsy, this is one of the games for you. This is it holds up pretty well. The technology isn't outdated. like it is in some other games, and you can still play it and have a good time with it. It won't be a bad decision for you. It'll be a good chunk of change, well spent, as the old saying goes. It's nice to see some of these older games coming back. I wish Precis or somebody could get the license to Star Wars, because I'd like to see a lot of those old West End games come back. And I believe somebody did. I think Brian Isakoff posted on his G Plus page a reprint of a couple of the WEG Star Wars games. And they're literally just reprinted. They're nothing special. There's no corrections. I don't think there's even any typo fixtures in this. I think this is literally a direct port to hardback from what was exactly in the box. So if there was a typo in the box set, there's a typo in here. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I vaguely remember reading something where they said they did not go in and clean up any of the files. They just enhanced the resolution, because this is 15, almost 20 years ago. So all they did was enhance the resolution of the files and then print it, and this is what you get. So hardback, like I said, I got it in a matter of days. I didn't have to wait too long. It's pretty decent quality. The cover is front and back is really good. You get a nice blurb on the back. I know I got a glare there, and I apologize. I got to get a better rig. I don't have my spare room set up yet to be able to film videos, and I need to work on that. I need to get a lot of stuff done. I started doing those videos for fun, and it has been fun. I'm going to start importing them into iTunes, or not iTunes. I'm going to import them into iMovie and see if I can edit them a little bit and maybe take out some of the misquotes and missteps and the boo-boos, and then go from there. I didn't wear my glasses because for some reason, no matter where I sit, you get a screen glare and it just looks weird, and it really distracts me. I probably should wear my contacts while I do these videos, because I don't really need to read anything, and if I need to read something, I've got reading glasses. That's what happens when you get old kids. So again, it's Gideon, aka Mr. Mean, GM Musings for Shatterzone by PIGames.net. It's a classic reprint. Even says it right there up on the title. If you get a chance, pick it up. It's a fun game. It's well written for its time, and I think it holds up to the test of time. Give it a play. Let me know what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. As a further note, you will see commercials on my videos. That's because I entered into an agreement with YouTube that allows, if you click on those commercials or you buy anything through them, I get a kickback. Hey, it helps me out, puts a little money in my pocket. So any questions or concerns, always email me, jpolack@gmail.com. That's jpolack@gmail.com. I will try to put a link to pigames.net in the video notes at the bottom. I've been horrible about doing that, but I promise I'm going to try and do it on this one. I'm working on trying to get some software that's going to help me better edit these videos, as well as I think iMovie will do it for me. The Mac is pretty powerful, and I'm a Mac fan, so we're going to try to go there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Again, it really helps me out. And if you know a gamer in your life, get them a copy of Shatterzone. You won't be disappointed. Thanks a lot.